LOS40.
Well, welcome to Spain, Wesley. It's a pleasure having you here for LOS40 Classic.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time, couple of years, if I'm not wrong, since the last time you came to Spain.
Yeah. I think just before the pandemic, I believe, like maybe a few months before that.
And tell me, what have you been doing? I mean, what have you been these last couple of years? I guess in the States, with your family. How have you lived all this pandemic?
Yeah, I live in Denver, Colorado, and spent a lot of time there, and also in upstate New York, in the mountains there, the Catskill Mountains. I have a cabin there, so me and my family go out there, and I recorded a solo album there, and then we also made our band album, the Lumineers album there, and also my wife and I had a baby girl, so now we have 2 kids. So
really? Congratulations.
Thank you. So we kept busy, or those kids kept us busy. And
now you're back with a bunch of songs. And what are your plans for this 2022? Because, well, we have a concert here in Spain very, very soon. That is the next 7th of March. Yeah,
we're basically embarking on a tour in support of our new album, Brightside. It came out in early January. So basically anywhere, we're going to be touring around the world. And so that's a big part of it, is just bringing live music back to people for our own joy and hopefully for theirs as well. So it's going to be, we're just excited.
And if you compare the before and after, with all the problems for a band now to tour with the restrictions and everything, I mean, how are you managing to put all the pieces together to do your tour? Because I don't know, maybe you can go to every country you probably would have liked, or how is it working right now?
Well, I mean, this tour, in the sense of it being in Europe and the UK, it was supposed to be something like 20 something dates, and it's down to 11. So you just have to be flexible with who is allowing concerts, because you don't have any control over that. So you kind of have to accept the reality that it's out of your hands, and just try to be grateful for the fact that you can play at all right now.
And tell me about Spain, because you're going to be here just in a few days. So I guess you're really looking forward to meeting again your Spanish fans after a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, every time we played Spain, it's almost like the same amount of enthusiasm as what we've, there's such a explosion of feeling and love and from the audience and enthusiasm. Some places you go in the world, it's a little more restrained and polite and like almost calm. And I feel like in Spain, the crowds, as we remember them, have been the best kind, because they don't hold anything back. I hope we're the same on stage, because we're feeling like we have 2 years to make up for. So I think it's gonna be a lot of emotion in a really beautiful way.
And tell me about, before the band, the Lumineers were so big in the whole world, because you were doing, all of you were doing different things, but you all quit your jobs and went for really passionately to support the story of this band. So what were you doing before, and how was your before and after this shocking change in your life?
I was working in restaurants and bars and coffee shops for about 10 years. So I got really good at making different kinds of drinks and waiting on tables. And eventually I realized that if I keep going this route, that's all I'm going to be good at. I was living in New York City, and it was too much money. I had to work all the time. So we moved to Denver, and we were able to actually, concentrate a little more on music, and we started touring more and more. And I think by the time I was 30, that's when everything started to happen. And I think that's a good place to be, because when you're young and great things happen, sometimes there's no context to that. And so you don't really understand how grateful you should be, or how temporary something can be. Or I think I was old enough to know who I was, and I was old enough to sort of appreciate that this might not be the might not last forever. So you really need to just concentrate on what you can do and work hard. Whereas if I was 19 or 20 and this all happened, I would say, oh, this is just what happens. I write songs and big things happen. And I had failed for so long with Jer that we just, by the time everything happened, we were just like, okay. It was like, even to this day, if I'm sitting inside a venue and I see a line of people waiting, I still am a little bit like, why are they here? I don't even understand this, because there was so many years where we were literally we would bribe our friends to come to shows. We would like pay for their ticket and buy them a drink just to have people at the show. So to have it like this now is very, it's just something I choose not to think too much about, because it's I want to stay humble and not believe. I want to work hard, because I think that's what gets you to write good songs. It's not about believing that you're so good. It's about, committing to it and really serving these songs.
How have you managed success? Because this single, Jorge, was like huge, not only in, but also in the whole world. And after that, it's like a lot of pressure, I guess, for a band.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot of pressure. We didn't really realize it. I think we just said to ourselves, there's Jared and I write the songs together, and I think that there was never anybody outside of that bubble, and that was a positive. There's nobody here that you have to do this or you have to do that. We got to do it on our own. And so the next song that came out was Ophelia, and I think on Spotify it's about to be streamed more than Oh Hey. So Ophelia was this funny song because it was all piano. There was not a single guitar on it. And I think when we presented it to our label, they were a little frightened because they thought, oh, it should sound like the other songs. And we were like, well, it's a good song. People will figure it out. And luckily they did. So I think I've always thought if you write a good song, it doesn't really matter how you dress it up. And if you want to overcome something like having a really big song like Ho Hey, the only way to do that is to write a lot of other good songs, or else that's the only thing you'll be known for. You just have to keep writing and keep working. But when something like Ho Hey happens, that's nothing you can really plan for. That's like, a viral moment that is organic. It's not really something that someone, looking back, I don't even know how that song got that big, because it's kind of like, it sounds like a demo, but it's like, that's what's cool about it, is it's an honest song. So you just try to be honest in what you do and heartfelt or genuine. And I think good things can happen. And
it's funny because when we were, beginning to talk about you, we said this trio from Denver, from Colorado, but in fact, you came from different places. I mean, you met there, if I'm not wrong, but
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
Jeremiah and I grew up a mile apart, and he was friends with my little brother, and I was friends with his older brother. Mm-hmm. And when I was like 21 and he was 18, we started making music together. And it's been 16 years now that we've been writing music. And so eventually we moved to Colorado, and we've had a lot of just amazing people playing with us live. And so we've gone from having 3 people on stage to 4 to 5. Now we have 6 people on stage. Just because when we write the music, sometimes you need more people on stage to perform it, or else, we want it to all be happening live and nothing like manufactured. So it's just been a wild journey, and it's special, I think, to have a bond with Jeremiah where we've been writing together for this long, 16 years, and Brightside was the most fun we've ever had, and it's the most, for us, proudest we've ever been about a record. Usually when you're doing something so long, that song, you've lost that loving feeling. Like you wonder, am I going to keep this spark alive towards music and towards this partner of mine that I write with? But for us, I feel very lucky that we're still like little kids playing music together in a garage or something.
story also behind? Because I was just remembering how you actually managed to get the band together through an advert.
Yeah, we put a notice on Craigslist about trying to find a cellist, and we found Neela at the time. We found Stealth, our piano player, through MySpace at the time. I found my wife through Stealth. The first gig he got us in Denver when we moved there was a house show that Stealth's band was playing. He plays piano for us, and he's the guy who's never wearing shoes. And so they had this house party that were gonna have bands at, and he got us a show there. And the first person to open the door, who was the host, was my now wife. So it's a crazy, twisty, windy path. Each person who plays with us live, like Lauren, who plays violin now for us, she's been on every album since the first album. And so the strings you hear on Stubborn Love and on Dead Sea, and then on the second album, the third album, and now this one, those are almost all Lauren. But this is the second tour now that she's doing with us. In other words, being a part of the live group is a new thing. So, and each person has a very interesting story on that stage, how we met them. And it's a nice, beautiful group of people. One of our guys, Brandon, who plays a lot of different instruments, he was a crew member that would set up the stage. And then we heard him playing one day, and we said, that guy's pretty good. And we needed somebody to play these different instruments. And we asked him, hey, can you play mandolin? Hey, can you play electric guitar? Hey, can you play drums? And he said yes to all of them. So we said, oh, let's try him out. So for a whole tour, he was doing the load in and the load out, and then he was also playing on stage. So he had like the longest day. And now he's with us permanently as just a band member, a touring band member. So it's a great group of people.
You have gone for the classic folk music of your country, of the United States, but without the banjo. That was, like a big surprise for us at the beginning that you decided not to use that instrument. Yeah.
I think you should play anything that makes you happy, that turns you on, And so we continue to sort of change and shift and evolve just based on what we love, And banjo has never been something that I was like, I need to have a song with a banjo. I like the sound of other instruments a little bit more, but it's just a matter of taste and personal taste. But we also like the idea that our music can't really be placed in a particular era. It's like outside of time. We wanted it to feel like it could have been from the 70s or it could have been today. We like the idea of music being able to transcend in that way.
Yeah, now with you, your kids, and so many people, I don't know if you counted, how many people are there in the Lumineers family?
Yeah, it's
a lot.
It's getting bigger and bigger. I have 2 kids. Jared has 2 kids. Our bass player Byron has 2 kids. Stealth just had a kid with his wife Dorota. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7 kids and 6 members. So it's it's a lot of people. Yeah, it's a little traveling circus of people.
Did you travel all together? I mean, with your kids and everything, the whole family?
Yeah, some of us do. It depends on where we're going. But yeah, right now my family's out. My wife loves to travel more than anyone I've ever met. So before our kids are in school, I think they're going to be on the road with us almost the whole time. Like my son, who's now 4, he took his first steps when we were in Japan on tour. So he's going to have some crazy memories of his life when he's old enough to appreciate them.
They're going to be nomads.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of music do your children like? I mean, what kind of music do you play to them? I mean, do you go for the traditional folk and also some, I don't know, I guess you're trying also to teach them or show them a lot of things. I
try to listen to stuff that they like instead of making them like something. So my son, his first song he ever liked was that song by Buffalo Springfield, For What It's Worth. It's like, stop, children, what's that sound? So he'd always say, play Stop Children. Play Stop Children. And then he liked Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics. And then he liked Single Ladies by Beyonce. And he liked, I remember we were on our trampoline and he was like, play Oh Hey or play Ophelia on my phone. And I was like, man, if someone could see this right now, they would think I was crazy, like making my son listen to our music. But I was like, he's requesting it. So yeah, he's got a wide array of taste. You know, it's all, I just listen to him and then I make him a little playlist. So when he wants music, it's all in the same spot.
Now you have to buy them T-shirts with Lumineers and
yeah, I have
to
a
put them all
couple.
in the car and sing all
yeah.
together. Thank you very much for your time, and we're really looking forward to your concert here in Spain.
Yeah,
so
us too. We can't wait.
See you very soon, Wesley. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Monica. Take care.
See you soon. Take care.